What is up, posse? My name is Will Bromlick, and welcome to another episode of Movie Junkyard. So this one, I'm not sure if it's something we've wanted to do for a while, but we've seen it in a lot of people hate this movie, so we figured we'd give it a try as well. We're gonna review A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Now, I know that this movie got panned quite a bit from not only critics but audiences as well. And this is very loosely based on the Mark Twain book, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. But I don't really think it's worth all the hate, to be honest.
Yeah, it is very stupid. Don't get me wrong. It's bad.
But
I
it's
don't think
not
I've,
it's not insultingly stupid.
yeah. There's one thing that actually made me laugh in this. It's
Yeah.
pretty early on in the movie.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
I
also
mean,
keep in mind, I didn't know the book existed until we started watching this movie.
yeah, I told him about it, and I've read the book a long time ago, and I remember the movie being nothing like the book at all. Because in the movie, it's a 14-year-old kid who plays baseball named Calvin, but in the book, it's an engineer. I think his name is Morgan or
I looked it up on Wikipedia
all right, yeah,
halfway
go
through the
ahead.
movie. Hopefully, I
But
can close out.
yeah, this and you got some pretty decent star power in this one. You got Kate Winslet and Daniel Craig in this one.
Okay, hang on. I gotta go back to my history.
All right.
I'm looking for it. I know opened up the Wikipedia this morning. Kate Winslet's age. We're looking at how old she was.
No,
Okay, found it.
didn't we say she was 19 when this movie came out?
Yeah, and Craig was 26. So they would have been. Craig would have been our age.
Yeah, probably.
Um, let's see. His name was Hank Morgan.
Hank Morgan. Yes, that's it.
Okay.
So I
Twain
better
wrote the
you got
book
the
as.
names right, kind of.
Let's see. Time spaced in Britain during the reign of King Arthur. After.
Yeah, just read it real quick, cause
Yeah,
you're
no, I just. Yeah, give me a sec. Makes people believe that. Okay, so he uses his engineering to make people believe he's a magician. That's the difference from the book,
yeah,
and the movie.
huge difference.
Um, attempts to modernize the past in order to make people's lives better, but in the end is unable to prevent the death of King Arthur and an interact against him by the. So he pretty much becomes kind of a villain. It sounds like.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, this is interesting. Twain wrote the book as a burlesque of Roman romantic notions of chivalry after being inspired by a dream in which he was a knight himself, severely inconvenienced by the weight and cumbersome nature of his armor. It is a satire of feudalism and monarchy that also celebrates homespun ingenuity of democratic values, questioning the ideals of capitalism and outcomes of the Industrial Revolution. Okay, so this actually sounds like it's. We won't go into too much here, but this sounds like it's a book people should actually read. In the sense that you can see this as commentary on modern times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to look at this book for myself.
Well, let's talk about the movie right now.
Yeah, switching to the movie. Let's talk about King Arthur, because I felt they chose a much older actor.
Yeah,
I did not like it. I could not buy him as King Arthur.
No, unfortunately not.
I brought this up during the review, but before the pandemic hit, I was introduced to a board game called Unmatched, where you kind of battle as famous figures
Icons or famous,
public domain
famous
characters,
like historical figures, right?
famous public domain characters. And look, this is just the box. Look how they portray King Arthur on the box of the starter set.
That actually looks pretty awesome. Not
Yeah,
gonna
then you
lie.
also got Medusa, Sinbad, and Alice. And the figurine that comes in the box, it's not colored or anything, but it still looks pretty nice. And also, other characters from their stories come to help them out. King Arthur gets Merlin. Looking at his deck, he's got aid from Morgana, which, yeah, his half sister, who is a villain, sure, but So she would help out if she needed to.
Yeah.
Excalibur's a card in the deck. Lady of the Lake. Some of these cards tie into Merlin, so I'm skipping those ones. Noble Sacrifice.
Hmm.
Divine Intervention. That's another Merlin card. That can go to either one of them. Noble Sacrifice. Command the Storms is a Merlin card. Aid the Chosen One for Merlin, the Holy Grail. But yeah, this board game is more faithful to the King Arthur legend.
Yeah, and there was no villain in this. Well, there was a villain, but he was pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, also the Black Knight.
Think the live action Jafar from the live action Aladdin.
But worse, that Jafar had more dignity.
Yeah.
Yeah, the live action Jafar had more dignity than this guy.
But well, like I said before, there's some star power in it. You got Kate Winslet, who ended up going on to being in Titanic, which
Daniel Craig, who's a Bond,
who is James Bond, still is, and yeah, they seem to have pretty successful careers. Oh, and Daniel Craig was also in Knives Out, which I don't think we've gotten to reviewing.
I saw it in theaters. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it too. But yeah, it seems like maybe kids could enjoy this just fine. But we were actually talking about this one time, how there are some things that we may not appreciate much as adults, but for the kids, it should be serviceable just fine.
Yeah, this probably is.
Yeah, this probably is. Like we said, it's stupid, but if kids can enjoy it, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. I don't think we've ever reviewed like a perfect example of that yet.
No, I think we could probably try to do something like that at some point.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to add, Will?
No.
Pretty dumb movie.
What was that?
Pretty dumb movie, but not as anger-inducing as Charlie's Angels or After was.
Which, if you remember, the roles were kind of switched between us. I really didn't like Charlie's Angels. He just thought it was bad. We went with After. I just thought it was fine, but he really hated it, which I pretty much predicted he would. Yeah. So should we discuss next week real quick?
Oh, next week's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Next week's going to be actually a good one. And it's a Pixar movie, too.
Oh boy, I cannot wait. Should we discuss it?
Next week will be Inside Out.
Yes. Something I think we should have done for a long time.
Probably when it first came out. Did we start this when the movie came out?
Not until 2016, which was like a year after.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so that just about does it for this review. If you did enjoy this video, then be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more content. So, until next time, see you later, posse.